I'm going to tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time does not work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle, I'm the one that's talking to you. Welcome to the cult. Alright. For those of you familiar with imaging and naming, I brought up both of them a fair amount over the course of me making all these videos. But imaging, if you've read the books by Elie Modestet, is actually an incredibly powerful Jalamaya. Like it because it's basically like being able to imagine so hard that you can just like poof, like directly affect the Ava Messiah. Like you can just like make stuff happen. It primarily draws on thermodynamics, believe it or not, and it relies heavily on the like the Sara, like the Deha Sara. It relies heavily on the Deha Sara. Like that's why a lot of reasons like when if you read the Imager books, the later dude is always drinking like watered down lager because he's trying to like literally support his body's like extra calorie need, his extra like usmaka mula, dehasara prana to like keep his imaging going because he knows, especially if he does something big and impressive, it takes a lot out of him. So, Samatsaha Pratima Mantra, willpower, image spell. Sampragayati smariate patram neati kavanam karoti. Pronounce it by singing, record, notate, imagine. Because like the beginning is making sure like everything goes out correctly. And it's also making sure that like you can Yukita it, you can recall it usefully later. Then you get to Kalpanam Karoti, that's how you imagine it. Then you Zakti Nayati to empower it. Azam Karoti to dream it. Sukyati to manifest it. Suksme Karoti, refine. Puspi Karoti, sublimate. Kitram Karoti, illustrate. Rakayati, cause. Then I go, then Adhikari with a sketch, and Lagiati, which is to color. Then I do a pattern, Samyojayati, which is lay on color. 16 times, followed by a Vivarna Bhavati, or fade. Another 8 times with another fade. Another 4 times, another fade. Last 4 times, last fade. Kitare Bhavati, Kitare Bhavati, picture. Like in your mind's eye. In your mandara zadha, in like your mind's eye inside. Purata karoti, mukari karoti aksayadi. I believe Parata karoti is cause to happen. I forgot some of these. Sorry. I gotta work on my Ars Notoria, yo. So, Aksayati is pervade. Prasajati is caused to occur. Kuzali Karyati is caused to make right. So, like, last minute editing to your image before it goes out. Anything that isn't of your karma and intent can go like, whoop, be gone. And, Lokar Naragam Karoti. It's got to be pretty important if it's there. I know Kramate is project over, so you can actually just send the finished product out, and Nizkanoti is to resolve it. Whatever. I'll get back to it another time, I guess. While I'm at it, we'll do part 5 of this massive Divi Kulpa that I'm working on. So, started out with the meet and greet. Then we had the forming of circles. Then we had like the feast, and then we had like the communing sort of like group work, like the group work. the Samyoga Sagita karma. So then we have the five mages assume role. Um, of wearing the Tarkika Kundamani. The Dawn General is the Chamitra Yamaketu. Carrying the Sparzamani, the Zenith assumes you assume the role of the Zenith Vatala or Vampire Priest, as the Harme Mukamat Navid. The Rasendra, you assume with the Rasendra, the Varnika, the Twilight Sorcerer Enchanter. The fourth one with the Philosopher's Guard assumes the role of the Night Thief Warlock. And the last one assumes the role of the with the Triveni Karitra Priyadata, or the thrice-braided crown of the earth. One person assumes the role of the Eclipse Mediator, Prakanamanavid Singer, or the Stormwise Singer. They all assume the roles, and at this point, like, if it is a larger group work with like multiple other circles like working with the, because like this is something that can be done by yourself with like a group of 5 people or with as many people as you want. And so if you like you have a bunch of people who are just like more than witnesses, who are participating more in just the giving witness way, you can have like actually small circles devoted to Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury, and have each of them essentially tied to each of those 5 roles. And you can each, like, taking on the theory of me working off of the way ritual sorcery was presented and exalted, which is alarmingly accurate. In there are constellations for each of these 5 planets. So you could actually have a circle, like a Kopakakra, a ritual circle, for each constellation, feeding their mana into like basically the circle that is for that planet or that graha, and then have that one then again be channeling or acting as mediator, in this case being the eclipse for their group, to put it to the main circle, which is pretty neat. That's the way like large Kulpa like naturally work. Like it just is. It's just how they work. Like when people like have enough time to rehearse, have enough time to like get all their masks together, have enough time to get all their ritual supplies together, it's pretty easy, honestly. So at this point, each of the 5 take a Zapata for the main. Takes a Pradasara Zapata for the 5 main and Sagita, and dedicate to work of the 32 statues together, or 1, because I'm just working with the 32 statues that I found in my Javanabhasa Anubhavata, in my learning of Sanskrit. And then they dance Eclipse. The 4 outer assume Varnika Horse Guardian of the 4 Philosopher items, the Kamakakra and Circles. They become an eye, they become a pool. Their Kuntata refines, their Kulpa sublimates. The 4 outer ones assume the form of Damayanti, who is a princess who's very, very famous in a lot of the Gitas. The 4 outer ones, who are all now Damayanti, bow respectfully, gaze at in the form of like giving adoration, become the slave of, only for the purpose of the Kulpa. 4 outer worship and exalt the one in the center. 4 outer lend wings to the one in the center. The one in the center lends wings back. Don't be greedy with wings, especially when they're being handed out. The 5 vocals sing the Song of Creation dance. Bleed, remember, become, dream, refresh, unify, bloom. Pronounced to be by singing, assume a yoga pose, perform a gesture, dance, become an eyewitness, reveal, transfix, and then veil 13 times. And that is, believe it or not, the opening to finishing this Kulpa. Because it's a 6-parter, and that's number 5. And just remember, folks, a couple of fun things. For one thing, Bagua is a cubic binary function. That is part of the reason it's so useful to navigate in physical space if you use it as a way of guiding direction. Not even joking. It has to do with three-dimensional space and cubes. And carbon. You can believe me or not. This is Oracle, gonna sing myself out. My mouth says they're better, so I'll believe this one out. Dream to you later, from Oracle me. To all of you out there, dream safely in the weed.